What's going on, YouTube? Here to knock out another quick video. This is going to be a car bio on the 98 Civic EX 5-speed with the D16Y8. Give you a little history on this car. I really hate seeing all the snow on it. I really hate that I'm still daily driving this, but unfortunately, until we get the Audi a little more squared away, I'm going to have to do it. I have to drive this a little bit longer. I also have a couple other vehicles on the property here that I can put a little work into and stop daily driving this thing. Real quick bio on this thing though. I picked this up just under a year ago in about 3 hours south of me in northern Wisconsin. It was owned since new by a couple, one of which was a female doctor. The other one was an engineer, and they had just retired to a real nice cabin in northern Michigan. This used to be their daily driver for the wife, who was a doctor at a hospital in Dallas, Texas, henceforth the Dallas plates. They've had this car since new in 1998. As I said, the husband was an engineer, and so he liked to dabble in working on cars on the side, but, you know, it's honestly something he probably figured maybe wasn't... he didn't seem like the kind of guy that maybe wanted to get his hands too dirty. Like it'd be kind of a fun project or whatever. Well, they had the timing belt and supposedly the water pump done in Dallas at a shop. Well, they apparently didn't change the water pump, and so a few miles down the road, the water pump starts leaking. They dump 1, 2, or more jars of that stop leak shit in the radiator, and obviously that stuff doesn't work really much, so it poured all over the timing belt and ended up snapping. Well, this guy had gotten where he was like, hey, I'll just order a timing belt kit and I'll do it myself. You know, it's a Honda Civic, they're not too hard. Well, sure enough, he ordered a timing belt kit, and I'll even show you, he gave me the tool with it. I don't like these stupid tools, but he ended up, bought one of these thingamajiggies. Crankshaft, pulley insert, tool removal, blah, blah, blah. Well, he bought this, and he broke 2 super long big breaker bars with extensions on them. I mean, he put all his might into it, and he couldn't break them free. If he didn't know the trick I used, the Lyle 17 millimeter crank bolt pulley removers. If you don't have these, yeah, highly, there you don't. Okay, there you go. 17 mil Lyle. Okay, also got the 19 mil for the H&F series. These things work freaking awesome for taking off bolts. But anyways, he got so frustrated, he put it up on Craigslist, said first $200 comes and takes it. That's right, 135,000 miles, original owner, Southern car, $200. I come down there and get this thing, and this, I'll show you what I've done to molest it with eBay parts since then, but okay. I've got some stories to tell, so bear with me on this thing. I've had some trials and tribulations with eBay parts, hence the name of this channel. Well, obviously it didn't look nothing like this. It was completely factory, unmolested. The only thing is that on the timing belt side here, I pulled all this off, and it was absolutely disgusting. Everything was just gummed up and just nasty. I had to degrease the living shit out of it. 2-3 cans of brake cleaner. Got it cleaned up for the most part. Actually, it is pretty good. I even bought, I can't tell right now, but bought a new timing belt cover. So after that, I took the head, took it to a machine shop, get it pressure tested, get it decked. Everything turned out great. All the valves were good, all the seats, everything was good. Came back, milled. I threw it all together, threw one of them cheap $10 eBay head gaskets on there. Even threw a cheap timing belt on there. Not this one, obviously, because that's a Gates timing belt. But through, you know, cold air intake, silicone pipes, eBay twin core radiator with the aftermarket fan, the eBay exhaust all the way back, you know, the super loud one with basically the big shit can at the rear. Where I live, they have absolutely no sound ordinance. They have no emissions. They have no nothing. You go tag title a car and they don't give a shit. They don't even look at it. So we're lucky where I live for that because I'm sure some of the stuff with exhaust and such would be not too good to go out there. I'm sure you see all the mess. I just started cleaning some of this up tonight, but you see all this mess. This thing blew a head gasket pretty quick, only after a couple thousand miles. Now, granted, I did beat the living shit out of it. I tried to paint the valve cover. I've never been a bodywork or a painter kind of dude, so when I did this, I did like 1 or 2 coats, no prime, no nothing, and yeah, that's why it looks like that. I kind of pressure washed it off after then, and I plan on sanding it down and making it look better. I'm sure you've seen the Audi. I've done a lot better with the Audi valve cover than I did with that, with some crinkled red. But yeah, I had to redo another head gasket on here. I ended up doing a Fel-Pro. Had an issue with that. That one I started getting a little bit of milk on it. This one that's in here now is actually a Honda OEM head gasket, and that one's been alright. I also had the eBay timing belt snap on me. Again, I lucked out. No valves, no nothing like that went crazy. I replaced everything coolant system-wise except for the heater core. Obviously, water pump's new, radiator, all the piping, everything's new. All the seals, everything, all that crap is done. Other than that, it's pretty, you know, you're running a mill. Hey, I got a Honda, let me throw on some bolt-ons. And I'll show you just what I did in here. I got the AM wideband installed on there. Also got a boost gauge set up. Did the short throw shifter along with all new bushings and linkage and stuff down below. Got to have one of these guys, the eBay steering wheel. I went on quite a long road trip from here to Philly, and I ended up mounting the cruise control module right up under here from the factory steering wheel. That wasn't too bad. You know, just reach down and hit the thing. The factory ECU that you can't see down there because my camera light's not on, but I'll show you what I got. Oh, is it over here? Yeah. All right. Here's what we got. Sorry for the camera work. OBD1 adapter kit. I also have the power wires tied in right here to go to the AEM wideband. Now I already had the AEM wideband set up and piped and wired in. I just had it wired in, I believe, to the cigarette lighter area. But I was reading online, they were saying wire this in where you're going to tap into the signal wire. So this is, I believe, the D14 pinout, which reads only up to, I think, 3.8 volts. I'm really not that familiar yet with wiring in the wideband into this. This right here is an Ostrich 2 that I picked up from a guy. I had bought this ECU already chipped online. I paid a mint, honestly, but I didn't want to mess around with it. So I bought a P28 here with a chip, and it already had a base map for a D16Y8 in it. And then I also have the Ostrich 2 Hue-Log. And now I got that all wired in and popped in. I haven't put it in since I put the Ostrich and Hue-Log in. And I haven't even hooked up the wideband yet. So I need to get on that. But I did run just this P28 with the base map I had on there. And it ran great on the car. They had pre-configured, launch control and all that. And all the settings you can basically do on Chrome, which is what I use. I have Chrome Pro. So yeah, I'm going to be learning how to do this. If you guys want to leave any comments on any experience or other videos, I'd be happy to check those out. So once I get that the tuning thing figured out, because there's no tuner anywhere near me, I'll end up throwing a turbo kit again. For guys have seen my other video, I got Vitara pistons, custom length rods, which I just showed you in my last video. Got the T3T 457 trim going on a log manifold so we can keep the AC and power steering, hopefully. And yeah, got this pre-made eBay downpipe that's AC friendly compatible. Got this big honking ass eBay wastegate we're going to put in. I'm going to put in whatever spring is the lowest boost. Don't know if I'm going to do that. And then the this junk, yeah, intercooler kit. I don't have injectors or fuel pump yet though. That's the next step here. I need to get some injectors. And like I said, if we like I said in other videos, my plans are to turbo the living shit out of this, maybe shoot for 400 or 500 horsepower. I'll probably get bored with that like everybody else does with speed or music or whatever the heck you get into. You know, things always outgrow stuff. So if that's the case, we'll start having to maybe throw a G23 in, or maybe just a F23. We'll see what happens. Stick with us and subscribe and like and leave a comment down below and let me know what you think. Again, like I said, this is the Carbile and a '98 Civic EX. I think it's a pretty good deal for $200. It looks like shit right now because I got salt and snow all over it. But anyways, thanks for watching.